Hey, Justin here with the Money Maven Project, out for my morning run. And I'm thinking about, so a while back I interviewed Megan Greathouse on podcast. And when I asked her what she thought was the one thing that separated entrepreneurs and real estate investors that succeed from those that give up or don't make it, fail. And she said a word that I haven't heard before when I've asked this question. She said perspective, which I think is awesome. That answer changed my perspective. And I talk a lot about mindset on the platform in the project. And I think it's the most important thing. Like, it doesn't matter if you know how to flip a house. If your mindset sucks, you're not going to succeed. And oftentimes a lot of the training courses, a lot of the books, they don't spend enough time on what your mindset needs to be like, what it needs to be in order to succeed in whatever endeavor you're in. So I try and focus a lot on it because I think it's the most important thing. Anyway, when she said perspective, I'm like, man, that's awesome. Like, yeah, if you don't have the right perspective, you're going to be scared to death of investing in your first property because, maybe you're afraid of losing $5,000 on your first deal. I lost money on my first deal. Made some mistakes, rushed. I didn't take the right time that I needed to make sure everything was good. And I lost some money on the first deal. But my perspective is, yeah, I lost some money, but in the large scheme of things, over the next 40 years of investing in real estate's going to make me hundreds of thousands of dollars, tens of millions of dollars, right? That's what we're talking about here. So a few $1,000 on my first deal compared to tens of millions of dollars over the course of my career, that's not a big deal at all. Like, that's a battle wound. That's a little bump. That's a little bruise, that I will heal from. And in the large scheme of things, it won't matter, and it doesn't matter. And I just think too many new investors are so afraid of, losing a few $1,000 on their first deal or whatever. And real estate's one of the best investments. Sorry, car. One of the best investments because there's so much safety and so many other ways out of a deal. Like, we saw we were going to lose money on that deal. Wasn't going to turn out. Contractor turned out to be a meth head or something, and we sold the deal. Right, we were able to just throw it on the market. Another investor picked it up. We got out of that deal without too much pain. And but the perspective of the large, so perspective, right? Having a bigger picture of what actually is going to happen throughout your investing career, your entrepreneurship career. Don't be so afraid of those bumps and bruises along the way. And if you have the right perspective, it's also easier. And I think this is huge because oftentimes, we hear a lot, Grant Cardone's out there talking about 10x goals and everybody's talking about big goals and, you got to hustle, you got to put in all the time and you got to hustle every day, no days off, midnights, early mornings, late nights, whatever, to get to your goals. And so we're focused on that, which I think is true. You have to. But it's when you're doing that and you're so focused on the grind, sometimes it's easy to get frustrated when you're not seeing a lot or any progress. And oftentimes when you're looking right at the ground, looking forward, it's tough to see the progress. For example, I'm running on this road right now, long, middle of nowhere country road. Love it. It's my country treadmill. And but if I'm looking down at the ground, I can't see anything. I can't see forward. My destination, cars parked way up there. I can't see how far I've come. That road goes another 2-3 miles. And so I don't have the right perspective, and I can get frustrated and kind of get down on myself if my perspective is just not taking in the whole picture. So as we grind and as we hustle towards our goals, got to occasionally pull back and say, all right, how far have I come? What have I learned? Who have I become in this journey so far? You know, and where am I going? Like, again, like in my life, I believe real estate's going to be worth tens of millions of dollars, if not 100 millions. And so, like, that's the why, that's the goal, that's what we're after, is that freedom and all the good that I can do with that money. And so if you have that perspective, it's kind of a dichotomy, I guess, because you have to be focused on the micro stuff every day. You've got to be 15-minute increments, schedule out your day. You got to know what you're doing every day. I believe in that. But also, at the same time, you got to come back and have that bigger perspective, long-term forward, long-term behind you. How far have you come? Who have you become? I think Gary Vee talks about clouds and dirt. I think that's kind of his point. So perspective is huge. And if you feel like if you're ever getting frustrated with, you know, the progress that you don't feel you're making and you can't see it, just step out, step back, look at it, and talk to people around you. Your good friends, your good people in your network should be able to tell you, hey man, like a year ago, yeah, you were this, or you know, you hadn't even done this, and now look at all you've done. Like, it's super good to talk to people that are around you if they're the right kind of people, and they'll help you see what you've accomplished. So perspective, it's huge, and it's a huge part of mindset, because I think a messed up perspective or the wrong perspective can be damaging and can be super demotivating. Look at this sunset or sunrise. Freaking gorgeous. Perspective. So thank you, Megan Greathouse, because that was a word that I hadn't really, I knew mindset, but that vision and the point of view, how you look at things is huge. And so check your perspective and make sure you're looking at the big picture, you know, but you're also looking at the micro scale, and you're not afraid of the bumps and bruises that are going to come along the way, because in the big picture, they're not that big of a deal, and they won't change your life. The bumps and bruises won't, but what you do, what you accomplish, if you keep after it, that's what's going to change your life. So let me know what you think in the comments. I really think perspective is not a word that we talk about enough when we talk about mindset. Good luck out there. I wish you the best. Go get those deals.